maybe because you've used the sound treatment as well in several different applications. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that and what your experience is, and particularly with the different applications there.
For sure. Well, I remember really distinctly the first time I ever used the sound program for my back. And I just remember almost feeling like little connections in my spine were reorganizing, like just all these deep layers in my neck, even into my brain. So I felt a very physical kind of reorganizing on that first time. So that was quite powerful. And then I used the sound programs for lots of different things over the years, including stress, which, yeah, also very, very helpful. It's hard to describe exactly like what is happening, but as you're listening to it, you can just feel your kind of your stress level coming down. You're just like calming ever so slowly, ever so gently. So that's definitely really a nice sensation. And then I guess, there's been times where I haven't listened to the programs in a while, and then I've gone back to them. And I always notice right away, there's just something that kind of clicks, I guess, maybe with my energy. I mean, the sound is reorganizing your whole energy field, and then that affects the physical. So, yeah, it's quite remarkable what happens in the body.
Yeah. We're starting to get. Just recently was reading a book called We Are Electric, and they're talking about. So we talk about the genome in the body, but this talks about the electrome in the body, which is and now beginning to have instruments that are sensitive enough to identify the charge, the electrical charge in each and every cell in the body. And then sound, of course, impacts in the relationship between sound and light, and like we're talking now, I'm speaking into, there's a microphone, it's converting it into electronic signal, it's being communicated, and it's going into your speaker system and then converted back into sound. So sound, electrical, and then into waves and so on and so forth. So we're starting to understand that more and more, but to have the understanding of how on this electrome level, how the sound can have an impact, like you say, it's in you perceiving it physically, and we're now able to track that electricity and how the electricity affects the genome, and how the genome affects the body chemistry and so on. So it's interesting how science, we're beginning to have some of the tools to begin to understand some of this process. But like you say, there's another layers upon layers and layers, because there's the physical level, but the same thing's happening on emotional level, same things happening mental level, soul level, and these things are all happening simultaneously and affecting each other. And to try and put it into words, we really can't. We can try, but the experience, we don't have language for it, but we know when something's happening. We can feel it, we can experience it, and so on. So